There is so much capacity or so much potential to use music as a tool for feeling safe. And I think we instinctively do this all the time. We don't tend to engage in music that doesn't feel good. Even just putting on a song and going, nah, that's not what I need right now. Putting a different album or CD on and going, oh yeah, this is what I want, until we find the right thing. The right thing is almost always based on how it makes us feel. We have a real instinctive, inherent wisdom around using music in a way that feels good for us. But I just wanted to give you some more of the actual science around what kinds of music making is really great for soothing our nervous system. And so I think ultimately this can be described by the word lullaby. Now, when we think of lullaby, we might think something we sing to children and babies to help them sleep. And that is exactly what they are. But the reason we use lullabies and the format or the structure of lullaby music with babies and children to help them sleep is because it soothes the nervous system. So the idea of lullabies can be used by every single one of us, regardless of our age and regardless of what we think of our musical skills or anything like that. A lullaby is a form of music that can be used by every single one of us, and we can sing a lullaby to someone else, or we can sing a lullaby to ourselves. And a lullaby, by its very nature, will always assist the nervous system to soothe, which helps us feel safe in our body. So some of the actual musical elements that make up a lullaby are, for example, repetition. It's not usual that you would have a lullaby with a heap of different lyrics, like a pop song or any other kind of song, like a country music song or something that's like the whole song is a story, right? Beginning to end, it's this story that you're moving through. A lullaby is more likely to be aligned with a nursery rhyme, whereas there might be a main chorus or theme or verse or whatever, and it's repeated over and over. Sometimes the mockingbird, hush little baby, don't say a word, Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. So for that one, the words do change, but it's the one phrase that's sung over and over and over, and then each time they're talking about a different thing that Papa's going to get. So even though the words do change, there's still just this one sense of one theme that's repeated over and over and over. And then there's nursery rhymes like Brahms' Lullaby, which we all, I think most of us know this one really well, just know of the tune. It goes la la da, la da da, la da da. Interesting fact, that lullaby is not in English. So when we sing to it and we think we might know the words, we're actually just creating our own lullaby words to go with a tune that feels very well known to us. So the more well known a tune, the safer our body will feel with it. So I used to sing to my kids, go to sleep. When I would sing to my daughter, I'd sing, go to sleep, Maple Marion. So you can make up your own words. The words are always an additional extra from my perspective in a song. Words can be absolutely potent, but from a neurological perspective, the words are like an optional extra almost. It's the melody, it's the rhythm, it's the repetition, it's the tempo. So even if we were to go la 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 with no words, we're still soothing our nervous system. So a lullaby by its very nature will also make us want to sway because the tempo is resting heart rate or slower. Na, 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 or twinkle little star. One of the most famous of all lullabies is Silent Night, Holy Night. So yes, it's a hymn or a carol, but it's also one of the most famous lullabies of all time. And so a lullaby will be slow and gentle and it will make you feel like swaying. And the swaying in any song, something that slows us down and stills us enough to just want to gently move our body side to side is so good for us, because we sway when we feel safe. Otherwise, we'd be alert. We're not gently swaying with our eyes closed when we feel alert. So if you find yourself eyes closed and swaying, it means that you're having an experience of felt safety in your body. Also with lullabies, when we sing, we tend to use what I call lullaby voice, not rock star voice. With a lullaby, our voice will be whispery, the pitch will be heightened a little bit, the words will be slow, the words will be repetitious. What's a good example of, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Hear how I'm not trying to project my voice. It's not performance worthy. It's not loud, or it's just gentle. And I think using our lullaby voice is one of the most authentic ways of singing that we can, because there's nothing in a lullaby that ever gets us thinking about the performance, the quality of our song, the quality or how we hold our breath and project our voice. A lullaby by its very nature takes away all of those thoughts in how we're meant to sing, because we know that a lullaby is just something that comes from the heart and the soul. And it's a very intimate experience between us and whoever we're singing to. And for the most part, we sing lullabies to babies and children. And so we know that they're not aware of external music standards, and we know that they're not going to judge us. So there's a real freedom to our musicality when we sing lullabies with our children and babies. And I really encourage all of us to sing lullabies to ourselves, because they're very intimate. You don't have to have a baby, a toddler, or a young child in your life to lullaby. And you can lullaby to your partner. So lullabies, by their nature, slowness, gentleness, authentic voice, non-performance based, doesn't matter what the words are, makes you feel safe enough to close your eyes and just sway gently. And all of these elements of lullabies are elements that soothe our nervous system. You might find that you sing yourself a gentle lullaby and you feel unsettled. And that can happen as a reflection of the state of our nervous system. So if you are already feeling extremely unsafe, and then you try and slow down your singing and slow down your breathing and slow down your body whilst you're in a really heightened state, that can feel unsafe. And that's okay. If singing a lullaby does not feel beneficial to you in any moment, don't do it. But know that there will be other times in your life where it probably does help and feel good. The words to lullabies do not have to be about sleeping. The words have to reflect any traditional lullaby themes. And I find lullabies in many different musical genres. So there's many songs that are just simple and repetitive and delightful and make me feel hypnotized a bit, or just zoned out a bit, or relaxed. That's a form of lullaby. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go and find a lullaby CD. And often a lot of the lullabies that we do here that are recorded for children, and they sound childlike. And that doesn't soothe me. I like a lullaby not to have kids' voices and kids' quirkiness to it. So if you go looking for lullaby albums and lullaby playlists, you're probably going to find a lot of children-related music, but I just want you to know that you can find lullabies in all sorts of music. And I encourage you to come up with your own lullaby. I love lullabies. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.